Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you are joining us for the very first time, I'm going to ask that you please do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe. And after you have subscribed, if you wish to continue getting notifications from this channel, simply click the notification bell so that you will be notified each time I put out a new video. So it is day 2 at the Jamaica National Trials in Kingston, Jamaica at the National Stadium. And we have a number of exciting performances coming your way, especially in the latter part of the day. We have the boys, the under 19 boys and girls 100 meter semifinals coming your way. We also have the senior men and women 100 meter semifinals coming up. We have the 400 meter finals for men, and we also have the 400 meter hurdles finals for women. And coming up later on tonight, we will have the 100 meter finals for the under 19 boys and girls, and we will also have the exciting 100 meter finals for the senior men and women. We also have a couple middle distance races coming your way later on. We have the women's 800 meter final, we have the women's 1500 meter final, and we also have some middle distance races in the junior section as well. As it relates to the girls 100 meter finals, my top picks are Sabrina Dockery, Tiana Lee Terry-Long, and Shania Douglas. Those three young ladies, they looked really dangerous in the heats, and I expect them to advance to the finals, and I expect them to also finish in the top 3. As it relates to the order in which they will finish, it is too early to say, but I do expect those 3 young ladies to advance to the finals. Sabrina Dockery, she looks really well. She goes in with the fastest time. Tiana Lee Terry-Long, she has the second fastest time going into the semifinals, and Shania Douglas with the third fastest time. But Shania Douglas, to me, ladies and gentlemen, she is a very versatile and serious competitor, and any race that Shania Douglas is in, you really cannot discount her. So look out for Shania Douglas, look out for Sabrina Dockery, and as usual, Tiana Lee Terry-Long will be there in the top 3. On the boys' side, for the under 19 100 meters, I am looking forward to see DeAndre Daly. I am also looking forward to see Gary Card, and I am looking forward to see Jace Witter. Those are the 3 young men that I would single out as favorites to advance from the semifinals into the final round. You know, as to who will go with them, I cannot say, but those 3 young men looked really impressive in the heats, and I am looking forward to see what times they will produce in the semi-final round. Okay, so we now move on to the big women, right? And I will give you the lane draw for the women's 100 meter semi-finals. We have 2 heats, and it is the top 3 from each heat that will advance, plus the next 2 best times. Alright, so in lane 1 from heat 1, we have Janelle Smith. She represents MVP Track Club. She comes in with a time of 11.23 seconds. Tina Clayton, she is also from MVP, coming in with a time of 11.13 seconds. Jodine Williams from Sprint Tech, she comes in with an impressive 11.01 second. Kemba Nelson from Elite Performance Track Club, she comes in with a time of 11.1 second. Natasha Morrison, the veteran, she comes in with a time of 11.2 seconds. She represents MVP as well. And the outstanding Mummy Rocket, the multiple Olympic champion and world champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She represents Elite Performance Track Club, and she comes in with the fastest time from the heats, 10.98 seconds. Ashanti Moore of Sprint Tech, she comes in with 11.24 seconds. And Nisha Berger, she represents the University of Texas, and she comes in with a time of 11.32 seconds. In Heat 2, we have from Lane 1, Brianna Williams, 11.25. Lane 2, Alana Reed, 11.20. Tia Clayton, MVP, 11.02. Crystal Slowly, a lot of persons expect a lot from this young lady, 11.12 seconds from the University of Technology. Sasha Lee Forbes looked very impressive in the heats from Sprint Tech Track Club, 11.03 seconds. Sherika Jackson, the dangerous Sherika Jackson, comes in with a time of 10.99 seconds, the second fastest time in the heats, and she runs for MVP Track Club, and she runs out of lane 6. Look out for her. Shakari Wallace, she's also from MVP, coming in with a time of 11.24 seconds, and Lanetava Thomas, 11.27 seconds, representing Puma. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one that a lot of persons have been looking forward to see, and we do expect fireworks from Mommy Rocket and from Sherika Jackson. You know, these are the two big ladies, but in my opinion, I think joining them will be Sasha Lee Forbes. She looked really impressive in the heats, coming off an injury about a couple of weeks ago in Florida. And I can tell you that, in my opinion, Sasha Lee Forbes, she has transitioned and she's worthy of the title of being named among the biggest of athletes that we have in Jamaica and even in the world at this point in time. So I'm looking forward to see Sasha Lee Forbes joining Shelly and Fraser Price and Sherika Jackson, along with the likes of Jodine Williams, Natasha Morrison. I think those persons will advance to the final. I don't see any hiccups for these persons moving to the finals. And as we move on to focus on the men's 100 meter semi-finals, I know that a lot of persons in Jamaica, and by extension the entire track and field fraternity, they have been impressed with what they saw at the National Stadium last night. I mean, Oblique Civil coming out with the first sub-10 clocking as for the night, 9.98 seconds. And then we have the impressive Kishane Thompson, better in that time, equaling Oblique Civil personal best, and the second fastest time in the world, 9.82 seconds. So, ladies and gentlemen, we do expect some really big performances from our men, and a lot of Jamaicans have been talking, and they are now satisfied that male sprinting in Jamaica is back on the rise, right? Especially with the likes of Oblique Civil, Kishane Thompson, Julian Fort, Rohan Watson, Rhyme Ford, and a host of others. We have a lot of talent on the male side, and I know that this will please the Jamaican track and field fans. After people like Usain Bolt and Asafa Powell left the scene, a lot of Jamaicans, they were concerned that male sprinting is not where it should be, and now we're seeing where the men are stepping up to the plate, and they have been delivering some really good performances, and we look forward to see nothing less later on in the evening. So I will give you the lane draws for the two heats that we have, the two semi-finals that we have coming up. In semi-final 1, in lane 1, we have Sachin Dennis. A lot of persons have been waiting to see Sachin Dennis, and now he's here at the National Trials. He competes from out of lane 1, coming in with a time of 10.04, a personal best time. Sandre Davidson, in a very exciting young prospect, coming in with a time of 10.00 seconds, another personal best time. Rhyme Ford, he looked very, very impressive in the heats, and I expect Rhyme Ford to go below 10 seconds in the semifinals. Akeem Blake from Dynamic Speed Track Club, he comes in with a time of 9.95 seconds. Very impressive run there from Akeem Blake. Kadrian Golson, another young talent that comes out of GC Foster College, coming in with a time of 10.12 seconds. Kishane Thompson, the man of the moment, MVP Track Club, 22-year-old, 9.82 seconds in the heats. Wow, what can we expect from this young man in the semifinals? In lane 7, we have Jelani Walker, running for Adidas, coming in with a time of 10.21 seconds. And Nigel Ellis, running for Elite Performance Track Club, he comes in with a time of 10.13 seconds. In Heat 2, we have Jazeel Murphy running out of lane 1, 10.11 seconds. Jelani Gordon from the University of Georgia, 10.09 seconds. Brian Level, 10.07 seconds. He represents Optimum Performance Track Club. Rohan Watson, the former national champion, competing for MVP Track and Field Club, 10.07 seconds. Another athlete that, in my opinion, can go below 10 seconds. Julian Fort, he looked really good in his heat. Elite Performance Track Club, 10.00 seconds. And the dangerous Oblique Civil, the ever smooth Oblique Civil, one of the men of the moment, competing for Racers Track and Field Club, 9.98 seconds in the heats. Taekwondo Tracy, the veteran, 10.10 seconds. And Travis Williams from the University of Southern California, summing up the lineup in 10.13 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, you can expect to see some really big performances from these gentlemen later on. Personally, I expect Kishane Thompson to go through. I expect Oblique Civil to go through. I expect Julian Ford to go through. I expect Raheem Ford also to go through. And I expect Rohan Watson along with Kadrian Golson to go through to the final. I just want to focus on another event which comes up later on. I'm talking about the women's 800 meter final. And I realize, ladies and gentlemen, that we only have one race for the women's 800 meter, which suggests to me that, we are not doing as well in the middle distance races. Right? When I look at the women's 1500 meter race, I realize that we only have 3 entries. And for the 800 meter race, we only have 6 entries. Right? So for the women's 800 meter, we have Kellyanne Beckford, former national junior champion, gold medal winner at Boys and Girls Champs in Class 3, competing for Albertown High. Went to GC Foster College, did a few years there, went to Lincoln University, and now she's competing for the University of Houston. Right? Very exciting young talent, and it's good to see Kellyanne Beckford come into the trials, joining the likes of Natoya Gould, Adele Tracy, Christian Gordon Powell, Ashley Lewis, and Jodian Walker. Right, so this promises to be a very exciting race, and we really look forward to see it. But at the same time, we need to be doing better in the middle distance events, because at the high school level we have a lot of talent, but we are not managing to make the transition into the senior ranks, and this is an area that we certainly need to improve on. So that is it from me right now, Sports Trackers. I really want to thank you for watching, and I do invite you to stay tuned to Sports Trackers as we try to bring you more exciting sporting news and reviews as the trials progress.